Pacify me, melting at the bottom of the sea. Your body's a beautiful thing.
It ain't the grind that breaks you down, it's the pause before you claim the crown.
Trying to hold me back, but they can't see. I was born to be free.
That silent leap, that moment you refuse to sleep. I didn't wait, I chose this war. I kicked out doubt and silence out the door. And now I move through this pain like legacy.
Soby.
They froze at the thought and I lit the fuse. Moved through fear like I had nothing to lose. And while they weighed risk, I wrote my truth. Poured it raw in the vocal booth. And one move birthed a tidal wave. Now every bar's what legends crave. It wasn't fate, it was fight and grind. And a heart that chose not to stay behind. Most wait for signs and I become them first. I made my name from the mud and the thirst. They want ease, I want depth. G-mind, a soul with infinite breath. And every setback sharpened my blade. Now I cut through doubt like I'm self-made. You fear the fall, I fear the stall. That's why I leap before I crawl. They said what if, I said why not. And I took my shot when the world forgot. Acted loud while the rest played meek. Now my verse leave God's mystique. And I didn't wait for hands to clap. I broke the rules and built my map. You hesitate, I orchestrate. I plant the seeds, they imitate. Decision made, I dropped the mask. I faced my past and finished the task. I ain't here cause the doors swung wide. I kicked them down with warrior pride. I ain't luck, I'm law and will. And I grew from pain and climbed that hill. This ain't magic, it's strategy. Lit with scars and tenacity. And I ain't blinked since I pressed that start. Wrote my path with a savage heart. And while they circled scared to lose, I built my lane in steel-toed shoes. They debate, I execute. And while they stutter, I speak truth. I'm the aftermath of raw intent. The 10-ton verse that heaven sent. Yeah, the 10-ton verse that heaven sent. It don't take talent, it takes fire to act when fear's the silent choir. I move when it all looked dark. Lit my life with the rebel spark. I didn't wait for perfect time. I rhymed through grief and cook lines. Yeah, they thought I'd break, now I ignite. I built my truth by choosing fight. Act first, fix it later. That's the DNA of a real creator. They overthink, I overrun. And while they hesitate, I'm getting it done. This ain't luck, it's locked in grind. Bars so sharp, they pierce through time. No plan B, no safety net. Just one decision, no regrets. They watch while I rewrite the script. Built this from a shadow crypt. Said I'd fail, I chose belief. And I write in bars that cut like grief. I didn't ask, I made the choice. Then gave that silence a fearless voice. Now every move's divine decree. Because I started merely tenacity. It was one more breath, one go that cracked the cage and broke the mold. I didn't wait for clearer skies. I moved through storms with eagle eyes. The moment I chose, I never looked back. I turned fear to ash on every track. It wasn't easy, it was mine. I birthed this realm from grit and spine. Tenacity's not in the talk you give, it's in how you move and how you live. They stall, I strike, I move, I build with passion, savage and a purpose skilled. You see the rise, I live the low. Made that call and let it grow. And now I don't chase, I gravitate. Cause I already cracked that gate. This ain't courage, this is duty. Face my flaws and called it beauty. Act before I knew the path. And now I carve it and out my own wrath. I move in blood, not fake, amen. I chose the war, I took the heat. Now I march on Purpose Street. Yeah, they over-prepare, I overpower. I strike in minutes, bloom in hours. I ain't waiting on a trend to bless. I built my name from what's suppressed. The first act was the hardest swing. And now it's just this queen doing queen things. In every line and each breath I breathe is that